anything, and you know it's out for you. That's correct. Okay, keeping that in mind and having AI all around. Okay, let's just deep dive in and call on stage and hear it up from our technical writing trailblazers who are here today with us. Let us give it up for them. First of all, let me invite our first panelist, Deeptendu Ahuja. He's a software developer and trainer, spent the last decade delivering optical networking solutions and AI enthusiast. Please come, Deeptendu. We'd like to have you seated here. Thank you. And he's passionate about training, and he's here to help us know more about AI. Please, thank you. Our second panelist, well, she's a familiar face now. She will need no formal introduction. But with over 18 years of work experience, learning, growth by her side, we are surely all ears for her words. Jagriti, Goswami. Please come. Please join us here. Thank you. And our final panelist, she comes with over 20 years of experience. I can see her right there. I'll name her in a minute. She has led teams, built help centers, and designed workflows. She's even integrated these workflows into her product architecture. She brings expertise in style guides, simulations, process optimization, driving clarity and consistency, and she's currently working at Cotivity India. Let's welcome Dimple. Please. Thank you. So this is the time when the timer becomes timed themselves. So we have limited questions, and I'll choose the ones which we possibly have not covered so far. Okay. Let me start with my first question, and I'll involve the audience here. They say that it's no longer an era of UI UX. Hold on to that question, Jacob. It's more about NLX, right? Prompt is the new PRE, and just recently I heard that LLM is the new persona. That's my question, and I'd like to hear your thoughts about it. Yes, we can start with.
I kind of partially think that that is probably where we are heading. I mean, for everything there is a prompt, right? But the real trick is to write those prompts correctly. And is that easy? No. You have to keep trying, and it's not that easy, right? I think it's easier for us technical writers to write prompt because we're used to writing instructions. It's more like reading instructions, but I don't know how it will go for other functions. So I will keep it open.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you. Yes, that's right. We keep rewriting our prompts to get the output that we want.
And I want to add to it.
Yes.
So actually, you can write better prompt only if you are yourself a subject matter expert, right? If you know your product very well, if you have done the research really well, then only you can write better prompt. And this would reflect in your documentation. Exactly, right? If you don't know and if you have not researched well, of course your prompt will not have that type of accuracy, and of course that will lack correctness.
I'd also like to say me and the gentleman in the front, the two of us are two computers and just want to implement a simple TCP three-way handshake. If the madam sitting beside him had the power of artificial intelligence at her disposal, can she actually just use AI to establish a three-way handshake between the two of us? No, it is not that straightforward. On top of that, again from the field of networking, you know that there is something known as RFCs, requests for comments. We have them out there published by the dozens. Entire product lines of multi-billion-dollar companies are built on the concepts written in those RFCs. But does that actually mean that we feed that RFC to state-of-the-art foundational model and get a product design out? Certainly not. So I think problem solving thought leaders of a particular domain are the drivers who have to think about how to leverage AI to actually start building a product.
Yeah, thank you. Any thoughts from the audience? Anybody would like to contribute to that? Okay, so then how I understand is that it's like going back to basics, and in this case, basics is upskilling on writing prompts. That is where the journey begins. The rest will follow. Right? That is where, and as Dimple just said, that keep building on your product knowledge so that you can make more meaningful prompts. Right? Yeah. Thank you so much for that answer. Any questions or cross questions from the audience? Okay. This brings me to the next question that I have, which is that what are the kind of initiatives or tools that your respective organizations are experimenting with or maybe creating to leverage the power of AI, okay, or agentic AI, or AI agents in technical writing, or maybe in general to probably just, please.
Sure. So the AI adoption journey of most organizations, including mine, is pretty straightforward. Since the advent of ChatGPT, since ChatGPT has a subscription model as well, so people can incorporate it in their own workflows. That is what my organization has also done, and I'm sure many of your organizations would have also done that. On top of that, there is a push by the leadership for employees to upskill on AI, and people are starting to develop agentic AI applications within silos, within different departments. Where the innovation comes from is that people actually are being given the resources so that they can train their own model. One, two, given access to more data. For example, there must be a ticketing system in each of your organization wherein issues get reported, so on and so forth. So extracting information from that ticketing system in enough volume so that some use case can be trained using AI models on that data. So those sort of things are being facilitated by organizations. And yes, ChatGPT and all the foundational models are at the forefront. Gemini, Claude, and all the foundational models are available to enterprises today.
So maybe Jagriti, Dimple, I would also like you, because you have been close to technical writing or writing as such. How are you seeing leveraging AI?
So in our organization, we are embracing AI wholeheartedly. So like everybody said, we have adopted AI for content generation, and which is like using general purpose models. Right now, that's an approach. We have been also using AI in research and generating video scripts. We put the idea. It's not like we ask AI to generate it, but we give our raw script to AI, get it polished with that. Then we are also trying generating images as well from AI. Although we are not very successful in some of the specific use cases which we have, but yeah, we are definitely trying. Now, if I say we are heading towards agentic AI, where last week only we had a conversation with the management, giving the use case. Now the use case is, we have different tools, PM tools, where requirements are, laid out. For example, some product managers are actually having their requirements in target process. Some are putting their requirements in Ciena, some are putting their requirements in GitLab. So now, we were discussing that our requirements are scattered in different tools. How are we, even if we are, trying to bring the first draft generated by AI, what is the approach that we have to do? Means you need to have an agent for target process, agent for Git, agent for Ciena. These are the three agents. Then these agents actually should pass on their information to the another agent, who would be the kind of tech writing agent, which will be trained on our style which would actually see. So behind the scenes there will be MCP which would actually work, which would interact with these applications, and that's how the output will be generated. So the discussion has already started. We will soon see like how the development will go, but every organization has their own struggle. We put our point forward, but let's see when this will be executed, but discussions have already started.
Yes,
Yeah, we kind of started preparing for this for quite some time, right? And that's when we developed, embraced IRDs basically back in 2020, 2021. Tools-wise, I think I've spoken a lot about it. They were spoken a lot about it. I think we had a very nice prompting workshop recently for 2 days workshop. And that's the experience that I say that prompting is not very easy, to achieve the desired output. We are kind of trying to make a prompt repository where we put all our prompts. So that's something we are pulling up. We are using Congri, a tool called Congri for a controlled language that is, kind of co-authoring tool. But it's again very hard to train this to get the desired output. It's expensive, it's a lot of hard work, and it's a lot of human work. So yeah, that's how it is. Yeah, we are not we are not even close to that precision.
Yeah, so I'd like to add here that I come from Synopsys, and even in my organization there are different initiatives. Yes, there are silos where teams are developing tools. Okay, so there are initiatives like what you just said. They want to read or they want to create agents which read functional specs from the Jira, okay, and create a draft output. So those kinds of flows and flows which will easily answer questions like, okay, what were the new features in XYZ release? So those kinds of intelligent systems are what they're trying to put in place. Of course, for tech writers, we have those writer assistants, we have knowledge assistants or the bots, the kind of bots that you have. So similar such initiatives are taking place everywhere, and that's where I think eventually everybody will move towards. So intelligent search systems are just one example of such a thing, right? So yes, thank you for that answer. Let me ask Jagriti, if I can start with you. With evolving roles and AI coming into picture, our productivity is expected to increase, right? Now, as a manager, how do you see or how do you intend to measure success for your team?
That's a tough one.
Yeah, we'd like to hear your opinion, and it's please feel free.
I would say that it hasn't changed a lot for me, and I don't see measuring success. I mean, the metrics has been changed, being changed a lot for us. And I would say the basic thing that's I have been saying in my during my keynote also. We are creating the base for AI. The AI cannot work, whatever system you build, you cannot work without the knowledge. And we are doing that. Not much changes for us. Probably we would be more creative. We would have some more space for being creative. So bringing in new ideas, like the videos that we are doing, those kind of things, something new that we bring about in the plate, and that's where that will be the key differentiator in measuring the performances. And
while we're making more time, we'll have more parameters or different ones, while the existing ones stay.
Yeah.
Okay, what are your thoughts about it, Dimple? Where do you see?
Okay, so see, I use one term with my team very often. So what we have achieved is a benchmark. So you always have to think what more you can do, what value you can add to the table. So that's like how I encourage the team members here. So that's the same goal, same thing, same principle which I apply to myself as chatbots and everything, right? Behind the scenes, what will go? Our content. Content has to be polished, that's a success criteria. Another thing is, you need to, if they are bringing agentic AI, for example, and bringing first drafts, then you need to think how you can add more value and show your relevance. So that's the key thing. So my parameter will be that if we are, what we were doing in the past, we have been doing. That's your benchmark, that's your goal which you have to achieve. What is the additional thing that you are doing to bring more value to your company, to your team, and that is what the success criteria will define.
Right. The scene might have changed, but the parameters remain the same. You need to, at the end of the day, bring in more value, stay relevant. Right. The benchmarks might have moved. That's how it is. Right. Thank you. I'll take a pause. Audience, any cross question or any thoughts that you have?
I have one question.
Yes, please. You want the mic?
It's fine. With AI chatbots coming into the picture, like how do you think like people like who are currently using documentation centers or help centers, like how do you think like will they use chatbot and like what is the user retention rate for help documentation? Will they ever go to the documentation side or they will start using the chatbot?
Ciena and I, we have been debating a lot, but Ciena, let me answer. I'm saying, based on our follow-up conversations which we had in the past. So basically, see, we have been hearing from our product managers, you know very well, right? So they say, now gone are the days who actually look into documentation, right? We hear it very often now from our product managers, like people who actually take it. Chatbot is the next future, right? So they actually give analogy. Okay, now you see, do you even go to Google? No, you are simply going to Copilot or ChatGPT asking questions, you're getting answers, right? So then in that way, I'm telling my team the same story, right? If you have to make your help center relevant, think beyond, right? Like you need to think more. How you can add more value. Create videos, create release notes videos, which we are doing right now. So right, like they do not have a chance, even if you would have a chatbot, you need to actually think, one level up. So that place health center is going to stay if we would have more relevant information which users will not be able to get from chatbot. And we have to produce our release notes ahead of time.
Which is not possible. I have one thing to add on what she said. In one of my organizations, because we were using Agile, so the management team asked us that you need to publish your document and publish the release note on the same day when the sprint is ending. So I asked them, can you make your product available to the customers and getting feedback on the same day? You cannot get the feedback on the same day. So the release notes we need to publish. Give us 1 week's time. Your hardening period is there. When your hardening period is there, we will coagulate or we will construct the release notes or finalize the document and then give the final output within 1 week. So they were saying, can't you do that 1 day before? Yeah. So that's the same thing that you said.
That's right.
It's not possible.
Yeah, a real scenario that happens.
Yeah, everywhere.
We have products wherein we are giving release, even documentation completes at 1 month ahead of the release. Can you imagine? We are doing that. But you know what, this has given us an edge as well. We are negotiators there. We say, okay, you know what, your product is not developed. We need this much of time. You have to give me this much of time if you want that. Then I am at upper hand, not them.
Yeah, sometimes we have to become the traffic policeman and sometimes we have to partner with them. Well, I'll just take turntables to you, Deeptendu, because we were having a very interesting conversation when everybody was in the activity zone. Okay, so Deeptendu, you were trying to draw a parallel between the activity that was happening with AI. Can you just share your thoughts about it?
Sure, absolutely. So we just had an activity where there are so many stickers there, people have written a bunch of stuff. There were 3 parts to this particular activity after the brainstorming, of course. The first is the goal was to summarize. That was the ultimate goal of the activity, and people came team by team and summarized whatever they had to. Now the first part was data engineering in this particular activity. There are so many sticky notes, people have written sentences, words, phrases, whatever they felt like. That is unstructured data, that is raw data. That was converted into a formatted data. Formatted data per team. For example, my team A had, anyone from team A, what was the first question? Any question from team A? What would change and what would remain the same? So let's pick one. So what would remain the same? That's one question. So my team had 3 questions. They classified that unstructured data into 3 parts. That is data engineering, converting unstructured data into structured data. Second was actual AI or intelligence-based task, that is summarization. Summarization is one of the most common use cases for AI. We did that in today's activity. Why were we able to summarize? I remember your name, and you're Richa, right? Because your name has already been uttered a couple of times. So say Richa summarized this particular thing. She read the data and then she summarized. What if Richa stopped working today and for the next 10 years she doesn't work at all? And in the 11th year we bring her back to this meeting room and give her the same activity. Will she be able to summarize? The answer is no, because the training is gone. It is irrelevant now. The experience has become irrelevant. So that is another point, that AI systems also have to continuously keep learning to keep up pace with human beings. Otherwise, AI systems will also become irrelevant. Anyways, the point is the second task was summarization, which was done on the basis of experience. Third was actually data visualization, because I saw that my team had actually created 3 columns and there were a bunch of stickers below column 1, column 2, column 3. And that is how they were able to visualize and present the data. That is what we have to do in front of business leaders. What value is the summary of if we aren't able to present it efficiently in front of stakeholders? So this was a microcosm of the whole AI landscape. The key takeaway is that unless human beings are in the loop at every step of the way, AI or any other tool is literally of no use.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. That was a beautiful analogy, and I think you also explained this data science in simple words. You drew perfect parallels. Yeah, so thank you for that.
I have a question.
Yes, please.
For the panel.
Yes.
Whenever a new technology or a buzzword comes into the industry, right, we are all running towards it. Maybe if we go back 5 years back, maybe it was machine learning, maybe it was automation, and we are always running towards creating a POC for it, how can it help? And now is the time of AI. So what do you think, how much of the effort do you think will be converted into real thing and how much will be just left to POCs? Because when we saw in the ML era or the automation era, or maybe the automation era, there were so many things, we built so many things, and now we do not use, I doubt we use any of those. And now we are also running after AI and we are all creating, including me. And I ask the leaders because I believe you can see the future better than us. So how long do you think this is going to last, and how fast do we need to run?
As fast.
See, it's going to last. I mean, how much? It's expensive. First of all, implementing a very good AI system, efficient system, is a lot of hard work, and it's very, very expensive. So the company is going to shell out that kind of money for this budget, getting the budgets right. We never you know budgets right. You all know about budgets. And so yeah, but AI, the perks that we get from AI is quite high, right? Especially think about healthcare systems, the diagnosis of sickness and all those things. It has enough potential. So probably, so that's the reason we say that AI is here to stay. How much it is going to change our lives? That's hard to tell you right now. For me, or I don't know, probably you will have a better answer for this, right?
Again, it is completely a hypothetical situation. If Elon Musk decides that he will cut fundings for data center, AI development will stop that very day. Just the example that I said, that the moment AI systems stop learning, they would very quickly become redundant. Also, AI systems certainly are here to stay, but one thing that we should also think of is AI models. We have to fine-tune AI models on the data that we wanted to get trained on. Not that data is not that huge. Just consider any company that you work in. What is the corpus of technical documentation you have? 100 documents? I don't know. Probably even 100 is a large number. But how many documents do you have? That is what the AI has to be trained on, so that you can extract insights out of that technical publication. And wouldn't you yourself would have read enough of that technical publication in, say, couple of years to get enough knowledge out of it? So AI is here to stay, but we have to understand that ultimately it is a product, and AI is just like Microsoft Excel. It is a product, a tool which has to be used intelligently. If we are not developing products with the help of this superpower known as AI, I mean, first of all, we would be lagging behind, and second of all, AI itself would become redundant. But yeah, it's still here to stay.
Any final thoughts that will start?
No, I agree with both of them actually. I mean, see, whatever we are doing, we have to see it as an investment. Okay, so that's an investment which is going to pay. And in order for us to test specific use cases or develop POCs, are actually the knowledge which we are adding to our portfolio, right? So that is definitely going to stay, and nobody is going to take. And with whatever documentation we are producing, with chatbots and everything, now companies are actually valuing documentation, right? Because that's a front face which is going to be there in the market, and this is how we gain knowledge. So I would say POCs are forever learning, and they are going to stay, and we should do it.
Right, I hope that